Hey everybody, it's your favorite boy, Google Glass here. I just wanted to make a video kind of outside my normal format. If you don't know, I'm actually moving the first week of April. And if you don't know about moving, well, everything's got to be in boxes like a week out. So I'm really not going to have the time to record anything or do any major edits. So I just wanted to do a more casual video where I talk about some of the characters that I play and what has happened with them, where I think they stand in regards to all the changes that have happened in Season 5. I hope you enjoy this kind of video. If not, well, I'll be able to do more meme stuff later. Without further ado, I hope you enjoy, starting with, of course, Best Man, Conqueror. So as you can expect, I was very happy to see Conqueror get a major rework. I was having a lot of fun playing Conqueror, discovering the various new little tricks he can do and the applications of these new moves. And then basically I started playing against other Conquerors. Like, one of the big ones was I fought this guy. I actually played him in multiple matches, and he was a really good guy, a really good opponent. But he fought his Conqueror against my Conquerors the first match, and I was rep 10, he was rep 2, you know, figure it should be fairly easy. And, well, it was a real struggle, and the reason it was a real struggle is because he just did nothing but shield bash and empty dash into guard break to mix up the shield bash. That was, like, literally everything he did, and I just realized right then and there, like, Conqueror is unfortunately, like, his shield bash is honestly too good right now. Not just in the sense that it's a little bit unhealthy for other people to fight against, but because there's really no need to go into the rest of his skill set. Like, it drowns out the rest of his other abilities, whereas he used to be a character that you needed to play very smartly and pick your shots. Now it's just like you just spam. You just became a spam character. And so, I mean, I still play him the way I like to play him, but he is very much just like, I don't know, it's a bit disheartening to see him in the state he is right now, if I'm totally honest. I've actually taken a little bit of a break from him after I finally got him up to rep 10. I'm not in any way swearing off of him, I'm just focusing on some other characters right now. He's good, he's definitely better than he was, but I actually kind of hope they tone down his shield bash, maybe put a little more, if they want to keep his relative power level the same, just reallocate that into some of his other things, like his heavy shield bash that he can get off of heavy attacks. I don't know what else to say. Like, I wish I could be more positive about it, but hey, at least he still has the best emote spam in the game. By contrast, I was a little skeptical of Highlander's changes, to be honest, since they were mostly just damage tweaks, just increases to some of the damage numbers he did, and I felt he needed a little more like quick options rather than just higher numbers. I felt like that wasn't going to do a lot, but playing him, I'm really satisfied with where he's at right now. The added fake out that you can do by going Celtic Curse into straight into offensive stance, it's nice, but the big thing is that his damage is enough that even though he doesn't throw a lot of attacks, he can very quickly just destroy people if he gets the right reads. And that, I think, is how he should be played, is as a character that, you know, he doesn't have the best proactive game, but he has a really strong punish and read game because you have to respect his power. And I just think that he has really, like, this is how he should play. I don't really know even what they would do with him from here on out, except maybe, like, make his offensive lights cost a bit less stamina. But even then, I don't think that's, like, necessary. I actually think he's in a really good place right now, and I'm really enjoying playing him. I'm glad I picked him up as a secondary and stuck with him this whole time. And, you know, if the Knights ever, like, just fall and lose their light and give up on Jerusalem, I guess at least I got, like, a pseudo home in Scotland with this big-legged boy. Up next we got Reiter. Reiter was probably the character that I saw the most immediate change in my game, like in my overall competency with the parry changes and whatnot, even though he himself didn't get touched. I guess I didn't realize before then, I was pretty reliant on getting guard breaks off of parries with Reiter because, you know, he's so good with guard breaks. And so when I first picked him up at the beginning of Season 5, like, started playing him, I really struggled. Like, I was really floundering. His lights are really slow for light attacks. His heavies are super telegraphed, and you just, for that beginning time, you just feel like, man, the stunning tap mix-up just isn't enough. But you eventually kind of get back into the groove with him, you know? You get back into that state where you're just constantly abusing like the various mix-ups and trying to keep your opponent on your toes. Reiter's always been that kind of character that just like, once he gets his opponent in the mix, that's when everything starts. That's when he just starts destroying people. Just puts them in the bin, as a certain YouTuber might say. And he's just so satisfying. Like, when you get it, it's one of the most satisfying feelings in this whole game. Just completely annihilating someone, throwing them to the moon and back, and then slamming their head off with your axe. Overall, I would say he got, you know, it definitely didn't help him, the parry changes, but it also hurt some of the opponents that were good against Raiders. So overall, I think he's still in a pretty good place. He's still the swollest man on the block, ready to, I don't know, just he's ready. Bet you didn't even know I played Lawbringer. Yeah, I picked him up a little while ago, and he's one of the two that I want to make a video on that I haven't made yet. The next one is coming up, and yeah, I like him. Surprising, I know. I play like every heavy, every slow character. I also like Lawbringer. It's no surprise that Lawbringer did not get hurt all that much by the parry changes. Like, yeah, he can't get guard breaks off of parries, but he still has like stunning tap, which he can potentially mix up into things. Not stunning tap, but like, you know what I mean, the little light attack, little bap he can do after a parry. He's still got all his normal parry mix-ups. He's still got his normal mix-up game in general, block shove, regular shove. Like, I really feel like Lawbringer lost very little in these changes. I don't think he gained a ton either, but he's always just been a relatively solid character, you know? Certain opponents have a really, really hard time against him, especially when he plays ultra defensive. Certain characters like, honestly, Conqueror, who are good at opening up turtles, can really hurt him. And just in general, he comes down a lot to, like, skill. Like, he's definitely one of those characters where you can't just pick him up and then do amazing with him. Like, you're not going to become spliced overnight. But I really do think he's a pretty cool guy, and he's got some sick emotes. So you may see some content involving Lawbringer in the future, but no promises, I guess. You know, moves and all. And here's the other character that I haven't yet made a video on, but I would like to in the future, Berserker. I actually discovered playing Berserker. I randomly played them once during one of Tony's stream. And I honestly really enjoyed them, which I didn't expect, because normally I hate assassins. I hate all fast characters and love all slow characters. I am the turtle in the tortoise and hare race. That doesn't make sense because I said turtle and then tortoise. But don't worry about that. Point is, I like Berserker. Berserker is, as the name implies, just goes ham, and I can really respect that. As for the Season 5 changes, honestly, like, I didn't play enough of Berserker, I think, to really get a good feel, but it didn't feel much different. Like, the quick lights after fainting that keep your armor up, that's really nice. Those are really good. But, like, the unblockables you get just feel like, you know, just like, woo, you know, just like an added flair. You don't really need them. You're never going to throw them and seriously land them. So it's more just like now your opponent has to respect them that little bit more. But other than that, this is a character that, you know, I play every now and then. I still prefer my other ones first, but I still really enjoy them, and you may see some content with them later down the line. Also, if we're gonna talk waifus, you know, female Berserker needs to be a little more. She needs to get a little more respect in that arena. Comment in the comments down below who your waifu is, so I can tell you that they are trash. Okay, so this isn't actually one of the characters I'm currently playing with any regularity. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love me some big man with a big plan. But it's just, oh, it's so hard. It's so grueling playing Shigoki in the current meta, like playing in Season 5, because like he got absolutely nothing, and he lost one of his biggest trademarks, which was he was the only character in the game that, regardless of who he was facing and regardless what kind of parry he got, he could get a guard break. That and his hyper armor bubble were his two big things. He could always get a guard break on parry. Now he can't. Ever. It's no longer guaranteed at all. So he has, like, as Tony would say, he has 5 moves. I don't even think I can count 5 moves. I think he has like 3. And it's really not fun. You have to play entirely around his bubble, which means that opponents just slowly walk up to you and wait for a chance to get a free guard break. Like, you can still make him work, but it's just, he's in bad need of a rework right now. Like, if anyone gets reworked in Season 6, please make it Shigoki. I want him to be back in full glory, full swing, big man, big king. But right now, I can't, guys. So this is the actual last character that I am playing right now, and that is Warlord. Warlord is actually a character that I think if Conqueror hadn't worked out, at least at the start of the game, you know, before the DLC had come out, I'd have switched over to him. But, you know, that's a different tale. That's an alternate timeline where we're talking about the Berenstain Bears instead of the Berenstein Bears. Warlord, with the Season 5 changes, you know, it's sort of like Reiter. He lost a fair bit just because he loved to get guard breaks off of parries. But he's still fairly consistent, you know. You snipe at mid-range with his zone. You can use both his lights for superior block and his heavies for trading. His full block obviously has its uses. Like, Warlord's one of those characters that's not super complex, but taking advantage of each kind of little thing he has and squeezing the most out of them is how you get really effective with them. That and knowing when to use your headbutts and when not to. It may seem like you just spam it all the time and that'll work, but it's not really the case. And also you got to be prepared for the fact that he has some T-Rex arms and he misses a lot. Sometimes you can actually use that to your advantage to like throw out a light that you know is gonna just barely miss to bait your opponent into going for like a quick light attack while you wind up a heavy, get that big trade in. I think Kenzo likes to do that a lot actually. Overall, I still like him, but he's not anywhere on my high priorities of characters I want to level up. Right now I want to continue leveling up Highlander, get him to like rep 10, you know, where I get all the different materials. And then I may look into either Reiter or Lawbringer next. I may pick up Berserker more. But Warlord's just a character I just play when I feel like. And, you know, it's enjoyable. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Again, let me know if you actually like this kind of video. I might try to do more like just talk videos in the future. You could probably tell I was just memeing around in those matches I had. It was just against the Centurion level 1 bot because, you know, it's Centurion. That's a topic for another day, though. I hope you enjoyed this, whatever the case is. I will try to get maybe like one more meme video out before I have to roll everything up and get ready to roll out. So I'll just end it up here. Memes Vault to all my great men of the church, and to all you godless heathens out there. I mean, thanks for the views, you Saracen scum. This is my cat Charlie. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, just to make him feel better about the fact that he belongs to someone who's actually halfway decent and respectable, that'd be great. I mean, he doesn't really need it. He's kind of just like content. He already knows that he's great, but you know, like, just you know, like, look at him. Look at him. Look.